It seemed like Canelo Alvarez got his next fight lined up. It seemed like his next up-and-coming opponent is a guy by the name of William Scull. It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. Captain Karate, a.k.a. I can just do this all day, the two-time demonetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man.
Check it out, man. Canelo Alvarez. Last time we saw Canelo, he beat Jaime Munguia. Not a fight fans was checking for, but it's a fight that happened, and Canelo Alvarez is now at the latter stage of his career. Fans want to see him fight the likes of David Benavidez. However, it seemed like it's almost like pulling teeth to get Canelo Alvarez to even entertain in fighting that guy. But IBF now steps in and said that he has to make a fight with the vastly unknown William Scull. William Scull is 22-0 with 9 KOs. A Cuban fighter from Germany. Yeah, different, right? We never seen this guy before, right? But this type of style, this type of opponent is somebody that Canelo Alvarez typically stays away from. The last time he faced a Cuban was Erislandy Lara. And there's still a lot of controversy as to who really won that fight. Now he's going to be across the ring, potentially against another Cuban by the name of William Scull. Now, Canelo been through this situation with the IBF before, with Sergey Derevyanchenko, back in 2019. And then he fought in unification with Danny Jacobs after Danny Jacobs fought Derevyanchenko for the vacant IBF belt. And then he became unified champion once again once he had the IBF belt. Canelo really hasn't defending the IBF title in the mandatory in quite some time, and now they putting their foot down. And we know IBF is one of the strictest sanctioned bodies when it comes to the sport of boxing. Now he has to fight this guy that nobody heard of. Likely was going to have to fight this guy his next date in September. Not a fight that boxing fans were checking for. Boxing fans assumed that he could likely be facing the likes of Edgar Berlanga, simply because it'll be a money fight, simply because it's a winnable fight, and simply because it'll be Mexico versus Puerto Rico. But now IBF stepped in, and now he got to fight a Cuban by the name of William Scull. I mean, we never heard of this dude. He seemed like he got some skills. He may have a crafty style, a style or approach that Canelo Alvarez typically isn't in favor of. But one would imagine that this guy is going to get in the ring, maybe make Canelo look kind of bad for a few rounds, and then Canelo Alvarez is going to eventually stop this guy anywhere from 8 to 9 to 10 rounds. He may go to the decision with this dude. I don't know. We don't even know if this fight is going to really go down. Canelo may end up vacating the IBF belt altogether because it just won't sell. This wouldn't be a fight that fans would care to see Canelo in, especially after fighting another guy that's kind of unknown in the boxing world, in Jaime Munguia. The reason why that fight was able to sell is because he's going up against another Mexican. It was a Mexican versus Mexican showdown. And it was, for what it was, it was actually a good scrap. It was a good fight. But this fight with William Scull, fans ain't going to be checking for it too much at all. But now we're going to be paying attention to who is this William Scull guy. He didn't fight anybody any noteworthy in the 168-pound division. His last 6 opponents was a guy by the name of Sean Hempfield, Christian Fabian Rios, Abel Nicholas Adriel, Evgeny Shevchenko, Denis Diaz, and Dragan Lepila. I can't even pronounce these dudes' names, bro. These dudes from Mars or something. I don't even know what planet these guys are from, but whatever the case, William Scull was able to fight these dudes and beat these dudes, and now he finds himself in a big fight with Canelo Alvarez. I mean, it's crazy how boxing works sometimes. You would imagine that a guy like David Benavidez would get a shot before a guy named William Scull get a shot, but this is typically how boxing works. We tend to not get what we really want when we dealing with guys like Canelo Alvarez, and then, you got to deal with the thought of the sanction body stepping in and forcing their mandatories, and these mandatories of these guys that you just never heard of. But now we heard of William Scull, and I would imagine box fans are going to be checking this guy out just in case he's the next potential opponent for Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, he has a style, a crafty style. He's a Cuban fighter that may give Canelo Alvarez problems, but ultimately, boxing fans would imagine that Canelo Alvarez will get the job done nonetheless. IBF mandates Canelo Alvarez to face a guy from Germany, a Cuban guy from Germany by the name of William Scull. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.